Today, we're going on an amazing journey, delving deep into Leil Lowndes' profound lessons from how to talk to anyone. In this audiobook synopsis, we'll expose the secrets of effective communication, providing you with actionable techniques to improve your social skills, raise your confidence, and change the way you interact with others. Join us as we explore the essence of practical talks, condensing the key takeaways from this outstanding book. Whether you're dealing with strangers or superiors, consider this overview a brief guide to mastering the art of communication. Do you know anybody whose presence draws attention, whose words or gaze can silence a whole room? Have you ever wished you had such a powerful presence? You may not realize it, but that quality is within you. You just haven't noticed it yet. You may question, where is that in me? Or believe that only a few exceptional people possess this charm. But believe it or not, people like you have learned this skill. While some people are born with a magnetic personality, others must know it to rise to the top of the corporate or social leadership ranks. Looking back, you'll see that many of these people initially struggled with communication. Those same people can confidently take the platform and give excellent talks today. In this book, you'll learn about several successful communication tactics, the chemistry of encounters, and other variables that will help you form solid connections. This is an essential basis for personal success. Remember that your body language speaks just as loudly as your words. How do you make your grin genuinely magical? It is frequently stated that non-verbal clues are as essential as verbal cues, which explains why first impressions are so lasting. How you hold yourself influences how people view your personality. Robert Grower, a renowned caricature artist, accurately portrays people's personalities in his drawings. Although his subjects are strangers, he captures their essence through their words and demeanor, posture, and gestures. When dealing with others, paying attention to their movements is critical to determining whether your efforts will succeed. Start each communication with a grin. It is a prevalent misunderstanding that smiling is unnecessary, particularly in situations involving leadership, influence, or charisma. However, your grin can make all the difference. People are instinctively drawn to happy faces. Although renowned persons such as CEOs and leaders are rarely seen smiling, when they do, it has a significant influence. Respected folks may forget to grin due to the weight of their obligations, but when they do, make it genuine. Learn how to do a flooding smile. When speaking with someone, grin subtly, make eye contact for a few seconds, and then smile genuinely and warmly. This method makes you appear more genuine to the other person. In the past, Leil related an episode in which she had the opportunity to meet her friend Missy, who had recently assumed the management of the family business following her father's death. While Missy was getting ready to meet 3 prospective customers for dinner, Leil was looking forward to seeing her longtime buddy, who was famous for her infectious laugh and widespread smile. When they finally did meet, however, something seemed to be different. Leil saw that Missy grinned, less than she had in the past, even though she remained the same person. Before he passed away, Missy's father had shared with her that a woman who smiles less is frequently regarded as more trustworthy and professional in the business world. Indeed, a grin is a valuable asset. Nevertheless, Missy's smile, which was more reserved and slower, gave the impression that she was more credible and sincere. This modification created a long-lasting impression on Leo, making Missy appear even more accurate and exceptional than she already was. You may make yourself appear intelligent and perceptive simply by using your eyes. A positive communication technique, eye contact, is typically regarded as such. Yet depending on the person's cultural background, it can be taken in various ways. In certain cultures, it is considered a mystical link. In others, it may be viewed as scary or insulting. As a result, it is vital to modify your behavior to be appropriate for the cultural setting. When it comes to the business world, maintaining excellent eye contact is highly prized, regardless of the cultural differences that may exist. When you make eye contact with another person, it says you are paying attention to and respecting them. Eye contact is almost essential in romantic contexts. On the other hand, prolonged eye contact can also cause a physiological response, which can include an increase in heart rate and the creation of tension comparable to the sensation of being in love. Making eye contact is another way to increase the attractiveness of yourself to other people. When Leil Lowndes attended a class, she was surprised to discover that maintaining eye contact was important. The fact that she observed a woman staring at her for an exceptionally extended period of time attracted her interest. When Leil approached the woman after the seminar, she revealed that she had difficulty following the class because she attempted to read Leo's lips while walking around on stage. Following the workshop, Leil addressed the woman. Leil, moved by her honesty, took the time to explain the lesson, resulting in a more profound comprehension. Another technique connected to eye contact is sticky eyes, which involves imagining that your eyes are bonded to the eyes of your discussion partner to create a sensation of intimacy. Despite this, it is essential to gently break eye contact with the other person after the discussion to avoid making them uncomfortable. This method can affect how other people perceive the closeness between you and them, and the degree to which it does so differs between men and women. Leil once suggested that a salesman named Sammy give this method a shot. When Sammy went to a restaurant, she decided to employ sticky eyes despite being frequently unnecessarily harsh. Instead of simply placing his order, he conversed with the server by making eye contact. The waiter's demeanor underwent a revolutionary transformation due to Sammy's ability to convey a sense of care and empathy. This strategy can be beneficial when dealing with clients, managers, or colleagues because it contributes to feeling understood and reassures the individuals involved. Using your eyes to make someone fall in love with you and make them believe in you. If sticky eyes are insufficient, there is also a more sophisticated method known as epoxy eyes. In the same way that epoxy is a powerful glue used to join materials such as concrete or wood, epoxy eyes function similarly by producing an intense and indestructible connection. To acquire a sense of a person's personality, this method is utilized by a wide variety of specialists, including, but not limited to, lawyers, supervisors, law enforcement personnel, and psychologists. Even human resources departments utilize epoxy eyes to determine how people feel about particular concepts or ideals. But more specifically, what are epoxy eyes? You, the person you target, and another individual must implement this strategy. While conversing with a group, your attention will often change to whoever is speaking. With epoxy eyes, on the other hand, you concentrate not on the person who is speaking, but on another listener who is your objective. This causes the target to be perplexed, leading them to question why you are paying so much attention to them rather than the person speaking. This strategy works well in social situations such as parties, group dinners, and bars. Even in a crowded setting, your target will sense a special connection through your focused eye contact, as if all your attention is directed at them. You'll immediately determine whether the individual in front of you is interested. Epoxy eyes can also be handy at work. For example, if you need to adjust your employees' work hours and want to see how they respond, envision yourself as the big boss. The HR manager may convene everyone to announce the company's decision. During the HR manager's speech, focus on their face rather than the employees. If the employees pay attention, they will be astonished to find you focusing on the HR manager rather than them. If you see any discomfort among the staff, glance at the HR manager in the interim. This allows you to understand better how employees react to the new policy. Let's now go on to a romantic environment. The epoxy eyes approach can be efficient, melting anyone's heart by conveying that you are utterly captivated and can't take your gaze away from them. Eye contact also causes your body to release phenylethylamine, a chemical connected with sensations of excitement and desire, which aids in creating a romantic atmosphere. However, it is critical to use epoxy eyes positively, focusing solely on your lover. Trying it on a stranger may result in unpleasant situations. While this method can improve your confidence, adopting it excessively can make you appear arrogant. If you discover that the impact of epoxy eyes is too strong, reduce it by sometimes shifting your sight to the speaker rather than maintaining a steady focus on your target. This will keep your focus from becoming overwhelmed. How to project a winner's image wherever you go. We all enjoy feeling like million-dollar winners when we're in a good mood or something unique happens. Even if we don't notice, others certainly do. When you feel like a winner, your posture naturally improves. Your head is held higher, your shoulders are straighter, a smile spreads across your face, and your eyes glitter with excitement. However, you don't need to wait for a particular occasion to feel like a winner. You may create a winning attitude at any time. Winners exude confidence and stand with dignity. Their posture reflects this. You must carry yourself similarly to replicate someone else's winning presence. This technique is referred to as hanging by your teeth. A childhood trip to the circus-inspired Leil Lowndes. The Lowndes, famed circus performers, were known for their astounding act, the human pyramid. The audience held their breath as the Lowndes built a human pyramid hundreds of feet above the ground using a slender wire. There was no safety net beneath the pyramid, so the implications would be disastrous if it fell. Leil noted that their posture was perfect. The hang by your teeth technique is derived from this, specifically from the iron jaw, a gadget used by acrobats to accomplish aerial acts without a safety harness. An acrobat bites down on the iron jaw, attached to a thin wire, and spins smoothly through the air. Imagine an iron jaw hanging above your head so you can understand how to implement this strategy in your everyday life. Imagine that you are holding it with your teeth while smiling broadly simultaneously. Your head will be held high and your shoulders will be straightened with the assistance of this fictitious iron jaw, which will help you project the impression of a self-assured leader. Applying this method will instill a sense of self-assurance, pride, and accomplishment. Not only was Leil Lowndes enthralled by the immaculate performances of the acrobats, but he was astounded by how perfectly they carried themselves after the act was over. Following the performance's conclusion, the performers would align themselves in a queue. As the audience showered them with applause and admiration, they bowed together to express their appreciation. Leil observed that their backs were straight, heads held high, and chins raised. At first glance, it appeared the Lowndes were floating above the earth because of how tall and proud they stood. As a result of the fact that every aspect of their stance oozed pride and achievement, all adoring eyes were drawn to them. You too can embrace the self-assurance and grace that the Lowndes have. No, we are not proposing that you become an acrobat. Nevertheless, you can bring the same sense of self-assurance and elegance into your everyday life. Appealing to their inner child is the key to winning their affection. Up until this point, you have acquired skills that have the potential to improve how other people view you. Now is the time to investigate how people evaluate you in circumstances that occur in real life. You can't just ask someone, "Do you like me?" This is because it is difficult to determine who likes you and who doesn't. Instead of that, you should focus on reading their body language. An attorney will frequently pay great attention to their clients' spontaneous emotions, concentrating on their facial expressions and gestures. If you pose a question to them, for example, do they lean forward? Are they showing a sign of approval by having their palms open? Or are they showing a sign of dissent by having their fists clenched? Because women are typically more sensitive to men's body language than men are, trial lawyers frequently rely on women to observe other people. However, to comprehend these indications, you can be someone other than a lawyer. When someone new comes into your life, you must carefully consider whether or not you should trust them. The first few months of getting to know someone are critical, since your interactions with them lay the basis for your connection during this time. Consider a youngster who, when experiencing feelings of shyness, will hide behind their mother or conceal their face. On the other hand, when that child sees their father, they rush towards him with their arms wide, eager to receive a loving handshake. A child psychologist by the name of Leil Lowndes compares the body language of a child to that of a delicate flower that is blooming in the sunlight. There is a method that we can learn from children that is dubbed the big baby pivot. When you meet someone, make them feel important to you by smiling and giving them your undivided attention, precisely like a youngster who joyfully hugs and loves you. The method known as the vast baby pivot will make the other person feel like they are the only one, bringing them closer to you. At a business party a few years back, Leil went with her friend Carla, who had just recently been divorced. Many people at the party noticed Carla since she was a charming woman. Carla smiled back at the people who smiled at her, but she did not follow through with any additional hand signals. The entirety of the evening was spent with Carla and Leo having a profoundly meaningful talk. Even though Carla was eager to converse with another individual, she lacked the confidence to approach one on her own. After that, Willie, the little son of the host, came over to them, and Carla greeted him with a broad smile that could be described as loving. When Willie asked if Carla was enjoying the party, she replied with a huge smile, which made him happy since he felt acknowledged and appreciated. After a brief conversation, Willie left to speak with someone else, and Carla and Leil resumed their conversation. Leil then noticed that additional individuals were looking at Carla, apparently waiting for her to interact with them. Leo saw an opportunity and suggested that Carla try the big baby pivot strategy. She encouraged Carla that the next time someone smiled at her, she should react with a large, warm grin and start a discussion as Willie had done. Carla took Leil's advice to heart and tried it. She soon met a lovely young man, and they talked for the evening. Carla left with her new companion after the celebration. Conclusion: simply talking is insufficient to earn a job promotion, gain new acquaintances, or close a good deal. This book emphasizes the significance of nonverbal cues, such as smiles, posture, and eye contact in our interactions. Techniques such as the flooded smile, sticky eyes, and the big baby pivot can significantly alter how people perceive us while also increasing our self-esteem. You've learned about the flooding smile, which is when you make someone feel special by letting them know your smile is only for them. The sticky eyes technique fosters an intense intimacy and connection between you and another individual. The epoxy eyes technique is an even more severe form in which you focus solely on your goal rather than anything else around you. Regarding posture, the hang by your teeth strategy encourages you to maintain your shoulders straight, head up, and grin wherever you go, exactly like a circus performer. Finally, the oversized baby pivot allows you to interact with others as if giving them the same attention that a youngster seeks. Using these tactics, you can inspire individuals around you, benefiting them and your self-esteem. If this summary inspired you, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell to stay updated with content that will give you tons of value. Remember that it may take some time to integrate these tactics into your daily routine properly, but with practice, they will become second nature. You might also be inspired by people who have successfully used these strategies and received the benefits. Most importantly, believe in yourself. By employing these methods, you have the potential to inspire and impact many people in your life.